Hey everyone, it's Leon. Today I got me 3 of the most high-end headphones that you can get out there. And the purpose of this video is so that I want to do a little sound test and do a comparison between all 3 of them. Also do a little noise cancellation test as well, because obviously noise cancellation is probably #1 on a lot of people's lists when they get these. And if you're looking at these, you already know that they are the most high-end headphones that you can get out there from each particular brand. So the first one that I have right here is the Sony XM5. I'm just gonna call it XM5 because it's like a serial number that they gave us. Anyway, latest and greatest XM5. Then I also have a Bose QC45, and the most left here, which is right on your side, I got Apple AirPod Max. Really excited about this video. It's been a long time in the making. What I mean is that I've been using these headphones off and on for about a year now. I've been editing videos like this that you're watching. I'm actually wearing one of these right now to edit this video right here. Also, take them on airplanes, on trips, Walt Disney World, stuff like that, and just to play around with the noise cancellation. I have to say, they're all fantastic, all 3 of them. Each one of them has that little quirkiness to it, and I'll go into that as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start. So first off, I'm just gonna go into the casing real quick. The case, the Sony comes in this nice little case. I got the white version, so it gave me a kind of a grayish color case. The Sony case is a bit bigger than the Bose case. The reason why is because of the way they're folded into the case. So for instance, if I open this one up, you can see that the Sony case, I mean, this is as much folding that you're gonna get from this headphones right here. Now, if I go over to the Bose, you can see that the way the Bose folded, it's different than the Sony. And that's the reason why the cases are different. On the Sony, they really can't make it any smaller because that's pretty much how much space the headphone takes. With the Bose, there's these hinge right here that actually, not only does it fold flat this way, but it also folds in. So you can fold this one in or this one in. It doesn't matter. And it'll go right into the case. That's why they're able to make the case smaller. So kudos to Bose right there. I would say that's really nice of Bose to do that. So next up, we have the AirPod Max. Not sure if I'm even gonna talk about the case. You guys already know this funky case right here. It's literally, it just covers the headphones. That's it. There's no protection for the top band at all, which, by the way, if you look at the top band, it is like a mesh material, which I'm pretty sure, you know, with any sharp object will kind of puncture through it. So you probably want to get a different case when you get the AirPod Max. I have to say though, the AirPod Max, this thing right here is magnetic, so it's not like it's just gonna sit out there. So at least, you know, they thought about that. But other than that, guys, yeah, there's nothing much to say about this case other than I would just probably throw it out and get yourself another case for this thing so that you can fully protect. You can charge it while it's in the case, so at least that's a good part about it. You see they have a little cutout right here. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it for this case right here. The material on the case, this one is like a fabric. The Sony has like a little fabric feel to it. The entire thing just have a little fabric feel to it. While the Bose, it's I believe it's pleather. I don't think it's real leather, but they've been using this material for a while. Really nice on the Bose there. And this one right here is plastic, I believe. It's plastic, but then on the inside is felt. It feels really good. I mean, this is their premium plastic right here. Is there such a thing as premium plastic? I don't know. So I would say the winner on the case, for sure, the Bose come out as the winner for sure. That's, yeah, it's a classic, guys. They haven't moved away from this at all, which they know it's a good thing right now. Second, Sony, obviously. The Sony actually feels really nice whenever I'm traveling with it. At least it's slim, so it can actually go into my bag. And then third, would be the AirPod Max. Yeah, don't even use the case. Okay, so first up, let's take a look at the headphones themselves. With the Sony, the band on the Sony is, how do I say it? It's leather on the band here. The one thing that Sony tries to do was what the AirPod Max did, which is this little contraption right here to extend your headphones. I'm not sure if it's just me or this device right here, but it feels a little loose compared to like the AirPod Max. As you can see, it doesn't like collapse in on itself. So I think it's working. It's just, I don't know how long it'll last. I've been using this thing for a year now, and so far it hasn't, you know, automatically collapsed in when I don't tell it to. So I guess it's still working. But yeah, it's a little loose in my opinion compared to the AirPod Max. But so far, this thing right here is very light. Actually, my wife prefers this headphones over all the other ones because out of all these three headphones, the Sony is the lightest headphone out there. So now let's go over to the Bose QC45. As I said earlier, I love the fact that the Bose fold in this way because not a lot of headphones do this anymore for some reason. But I do like the fact that they still kept this fold flat here, because when it's on your neck, it's nice that it folds flat so that your chin is not hitting it. As for the bands here, it's still using the classic, you know, you've seen this on all the old headphones. They used to do this. It's very easy to slide in and out. With my experience with the old headphones, like the QC35 and stuff like that, it's not going to wear out. I've used the QC35 for years and it hasn't worn out on me at all. So I don't think this is the same design. So I don't think it's going to go bad on you at all. Not as light as the Sony though. I don't know. There's something about it. Maybe the Sony, you know, thin headband makes it feel lighter. But my wife says that the Sony feels lighter, which I agree with her as well. In terms of the headband, the Bose actually feels pretty good. It feels just like the Sony, to be honest with you. The leather feel on it is just premium. For the ear cups, both the Sony and the Bose actually are they feel the same to me. You're not going to find much of a difference there. The one thing that I would say from an ear cup standpoint is that if you look at the two right here, you see how it's shaped a little bit differently, where the Bose is kind of smaller up here. So depending on what type of ears you have, that might be a problem. With the Sony, you notice that it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit rounder right here. So I think my wife was trying to explain this to me, and she said that Sony feels better fitting on her ears. That's because I believe the way the oval is shaped, it's better on her ear than the Bose. Not to say that the Bose is smaller. To me, they're the same size. It's just that for some reason, that oval fits better on her ear. Now let's go over to the AirPod Max real quick. The AirPod Max is pretty much like the Sony, the way it's shaped, but it's bigger and deeper. If you look at this right here, you can tell that the AirPod Max is a lot deeper. Mainly because I believe they have some tech in here to detect your ears and stuff like that. You see that? I do notice that taking it off of your ears and putting it back on, the ear detection works really well. The Sony has some ear detection, but I actually turned it off because it actually got kind of annoying because it wasn't working as well as I thought. With the AirPod Max, they took cue from the AirPod Pro, things like that, and the ear detection just works really well. And obviously, if you're an iPhone user, the AirPod Max is going to work a lot better for you when you take it off and on, and swapping from a Mac over to like an iPhone or iPad and stuff like that. It just jumps from one device to another much better than all these other devices put together. So I would say on that standpoint, the AirPod Max is a much better device if you have like an iPhone or a Mac. If you're using one of these right here for like the Mac and the iPhone and stuff like that, I would turn the ear detection off. It's just not that great. Okay, so on this next one, I want to touch on it because it actually do bother me quite a bit while I was using them. The controls on these, you may not realize how important it is until you actually use it for a long period of time. So first off, let's talk about the controls. I'm gonna pick the Bose first because it's the simplest one to talk about. The Bose is as simple as it gets, guys. It's got buttons to turn on and off volume. It's got a button right here for you to switch through the different noise cancellation, no noise cancellation, that type of stuff. Turning it on is the most simplest thing. Right here, it just got a switch. So literally you pop that switch over and then there's a light that turns on right there that says it's connected. If you want to, let's say, sync to another device, you can just pull this switch over and hold it there for a little bit, and this thing right here will start flashing and you can sync other device to it. Really easy to use, I would say. You know, if you have grandma and she doesn't care much for technology, this is gonna be the simplest headphones, simplest high-end headphones that you can get for her. Yeah, I would give this to my grandparents for them to use, for sure, because the button and the switches, it just makes sense. Kudos to Bose for that. They didn't go all fancy with the touch and stuff like that. Now, speaking of touch, with touch, the Sony XM5 right here, I actually hate the touch. I don't like the touch. They've pretty much transitioned this entire thing over to touch, and I hate it. I don't like the touch at all. I actually turn it off on the app. You can turn this off. If you have an iPhone app, you can actually go into the app and say you don't want touch at all. And that's what I've done on this one. I've turned off the touch because it bugs me so much. With Sony, you can actually put your hand over the ear cups and it'll let the sound in. So it'll turn on transparency mode so that you can actually talk to someone and then let go, and then, you know, it turns on noise cancellation again. On paper, it sounds really good. In reality, I don't really use it all that much, to be honest with you. When someone comes and talk to me, I just take it off. I mean, just out of respect, probably. But I don't, you know, just hold my ears to turn off noise cancellation. It's kind of weird. Anyway, just saying, touch controller, terrible on headphones. I actually don't like them at all. And particularly on this Sony right here, I went and turned it off. Now, there is a button to turn on noise cancellation and things like that. So no problem there. There's a button to turn the power on, so you're not like holding, you know, the panel to turn on and stuff like that. So at least they thought of that. And I appreciate them for putting actual buttons on here to turn on and off the device. And then also noise cancellation, just press this button right here. So at least they know the importance of having a button for noise cancellation. Kudos to them for that. But in terms of the whole controlling, you know, skipping tracks, pressing play and stuff like that, the touch functionality on here is just kind of useless for me. Okay, AirPod Max. Let's talk about that. Once again, I am a Mac user, an iPhone user, an iPad user, and so this right here just works seamlessly. And the fact that Apple put a button and the dial on here just blows my mind. I mean, you look at this thing and you're like, genius. The fact that they put a dial on here for volume. Total genius. No one else have thought about that. I mean, if they did, they didn't put it on here. But this dial right here is really nice. I do love the controls on here a lot. You press this button right here to change the noise cancellation into transparency, noise cancellation, and all that good stuff. This dial right here, you can actually push down to like play music or pause music. And then the dial obviously is for volume. Really simple, love it, love it, love it. Only downfall with the AirPod Max. Now, I have a lot of good things to say about the AirPod Max, but the only downfall that I would say is the charging. You have to use a lightning cord to charge this device. I'm not sure why they didn't just go with USB-C, but yeah, you have to use lightning cords in order to charge the device. All the other devices here, the Sony, the Bose, USB-C, which I have tons of USB-C laying around. I have to scramble to get a lightning cord in order to charge the AirPod Max, which is, I don't know. I don't know why they didn't go USB-C, but hopefully the next version, right? That's the only downfall of the AirPod Max, guys, but in terms of the control and stuff like that, fantastic. So the one thing that I did forget to mention when we were talking about the material and things like that, the AirPod Max, this is like pure metal right here, which is great, but then it's also a curse as well, because you can definitely tell this thing is heavy, very heavy. On my head, this thing is the heaviest headphone that I have. And I thought I had a heavy headphone. I had one of those Beats headphones, not the Beats Studio one. No. I'm talking about the metal headphone, the Beats headphones. And I thought those were heavy. This thing right here beats it out. Now that's over with. Let's do a little sound test. I have a little contraption. If you guys have seen some of my other videos, you know it's a 3D audio. So we're gonna use that and we're gonna test out all of these headsets. So if you guys do have a pair of headphones, just go ahead and put it on so that you can get the true experience from what these headphones sound like and noise cancellation and things like that, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. Okay everyone, so I've got my headphones on. It's a 3D headphones. So you guys can kind of hear exactly how these headphones sound when I put them on, okay? I got some background noise, as you can hear. It's airplane sound, so hopefully that'll help with the whole noise cancellation environment because it's so quiet in here. I just turned on noise cancellation right there. That's transparency mode. So that's noise cancellation with the Sony. So right now you're listening to the Bose QC45. This is aware mode, which is like transparency mode.
Quiet.
This is noise cancellation on right here. There you have it. That's QC45 noise cancellation test right there. Now AirPod Max. Obviously this is transparency mode because you can actually hear the airplanes. Now, transparency mode. Noise cancellation. So there you have it. AirPod Max, noise cancellation test right there. Now let's do some music. We're gonna play some music. So since I have the AirPod Max already hooked up, I'm gonna go ahead and use that one first. So this is a music test for AirPod Max. For all of these tests, I'm going to turn it on full blast. Okay, so just an FYI on that. Here you go. I guess I shouldn't have turned on full blast because when that bass hit, my ear was vibrating. The headphone was vibrating. Bass, amazing. Let's go back. Now, Bose QC45. By the way, all of these are going to have noise cancellation on, okay? There's the Bose QC45. When it hit that bass, actually, it's pretty premium. You can definitely tell Bose is really good with audio, even with this thing plugged into my ears. Next, Sony XM5. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That is the sound test for all three devices there. I don't know, if you're in this position where you're actually watching this video to figure out which one you should buy, I just want to say congratulations that you're at that point where you can buy a premium headset like this, because it's amazing. Any one of these that you pick is going to be amazing. I don't know if it helps you with this video by listening to all of these, but to me, they all sound really good. Noise cancellation, it's all, it's all pretty premium. I have no problem with that at all. Even with my little airplane sound going back here, I mean, they're all really good. They all block out sound really nicely. Now, I do have to say that if you don't care for touch, I would avoid the Sony. The touch just made the user experience a little bit murky, I would say. If you're one of those that don't have a lot of technical skill, I guess, if you're fumbling with your phones and stuff like that, I would say the Bose is a good one to go with because it's pretty straightforward. Everything is a button. It's your classic Bose right here. You can't go wrong with that one. Now, if you are an iPhone and iPad, Mac user, definitely the AirPod Max. That's the one that I would recommend. Even though it's heavier and obviously the case is just, non-existent. The user experience on the AirPod Max is just a lot better when you're using an Apple device. And I know you've already heard of this, but yeah, Apple ecosystem is the way to go. So AirPod Max is what I would recommend for all the iPhone and iPod user. iPod, did I say iPod? iPad. That's what I would say. Hopefully this made your decision a little bit better. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe now you're more confused. Anyhow, let me know. I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.